Okay. Hello. This is Sean CT. Um so the final score was Broncos 27, Giants 13. Um we're starting 0-1 again. Um a lot of people can say, well, it's just week 1, but we've been 0-1 week 1 for countless years. Except for the 2016 year, but for countless years. And it's just been like it's always it's always a mess. Like we always start out 0-1 and we have to work our way back towards a division or towards a chance again to the playoffs. Now, the Broncos, they played an amazing game. Teddy Bridgewater, he played an incredible game. Um, you can see it by the stats right here, but he honestly played a smart, great football. He threw the football well. He got out of pressure. He threw some great play throws, and didn't turn the ball over. Oh, one thing for Jerry Judy, for the Denver Broncos fans, I hope for the better. I don't know what happened because um I was at work right. I was at work at the time, but all I know that they say it was a gruesome injury, and I hope for that kid because I get that George Judy is a great receiver. He's not a scrub. He's a great receiver. So I hope for the better for him. Um, um, their defense throughout the game for the Denver Broncos, they came after us. They had a great defense and a great offense. So they played good in all cylinders. But for the Giants, um, the stats for Daniel Jones, 22 for 37, 267, a touchdown. Like it might seem like he played good, but in reality, it wasn't good. He like in the first quarter, it was kind of just nothing. Both defenses were making stops, and both offenses couldn't really click. Um, but in the second quarter, after that throw to Sterling Shepard for that touchdown, that was it. There was no production on offense after the second half. Now, we did get down the field and got to near the red zone, but there was no production. Um, Daniel Jones didn't throw an interception, but he could have thrown an interception in the red zone. But he fumbled at the wrong time. He tried to bull rush. There was two defenders coming left and right, and he held the ball in a secured way, but he didn't need to do that. He could have just slid down, got the 4 or 5 yards, and call it a day because Daniel Jones isn't built like a Josh Allen. So I didn't understand why he tried to do that. But I know that our running game wasn't there. But I thought Daniel Jones did not need to do that. And then at some point, and the thing about Daniel Jones, another thing is, he likes to look at one receiver. He needs to stop doing that. He needs to. I know it's hard to go for your progressions when the offensive line isn't really protecting so much, but he's looking at one receiver, and the defenders and the cornerbacks know, oh, you're going to throw it to him. Now sometimes it can align up right, but sometimes it can cause turnovers. So that's another problem for him. I don't think Daniel Jones is bad, but if this keeps up, he might not be the future for the Giants. That's what I'm just saying. The rushing game, Saquon Barkley. I mean, I don't think he even touched the ball. I don't think what Jason Garrett was like even like trying to run the ball at least once. I know the front seven for the Denver Broncos, defensive line for the Denver Broncos is amazing, but you gotta at least attempt it because they kind of just went away from that and let Daniel Jones just throw it and run sometimes. Like they kind of just abandoned it. Now we weren't down by like a touchdown or two until like the third quarter. So I'm wondering why they didn't kind of just run the ball just to or do some RPG or something like they didn't try to run the ball at least a couple more times. Um, Saquon Barkley, he didn't seem like himself. He's going to take some time for him, but I feel like he fits his team. But he, I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they do trade him. He's not a bad player. He's not garbage. He gave that 2018 year. He gave us an offense because honestly, without Saquon Barkley, we wouldn't have an offense in 2018. But to say that he's been garbage the past 2 years because he got injured in week two, and didn't play to his potential after returning back in 2019 and 2020, getting an ACL tear, and then coming back and not producing anything is kind of fucking that's just being rude. Like you're basically saying that if Alvin Kamara or any running back from a different team came to here and would produce better. I don't think so, but that's just how life is. I don't understand how you think Saquon's a bad. Saquon is not a terrible running back, but you're basically saying any other running back would have produced a better stats than he did, and I don't think so. And yes, it has to do with the offensive line. Saquon. Daniel Jones. Being mobile as well. So it takes away from that. But it's like I don't think Saquon Barkley should lead the Giants, but it might happen, and I don't want it to happen. The receiving crew, Sterling Shepard had a great day. Darius Slay had a good day. Kenny Galladay had some great catches and some great hands that we really need. But the one I'm worried about is Kadarius Toney that only had 2 receptions for -2 yards. Now I don't know what they were because I couldn't really watch the game because I was at work at the time. But we need to get him more involved. Especially going on against the Washington football team, we need to get him more involved because we have a great receiving crew. We just need to get everybody involved more better. Because if Kadarius Toney starts playing like this, like not playing like this, but have stats like this, that draft pick that we have can be basically that Devontae Smith that the Eagles grabbed showed that we needed him more than he like it's like if Kadarius he's not a bad player. Kadarius Toney is not a bad player. But if this is a stats and this is how he's gonna produce and we're not gonna use him, this is a waste of pick. Basically saying y'all want Devontae Smith, but just couldn't grab him. But we really need to use Kadarius Toney to our advantage. Defense, they might got a sack or two, but then again, it didn't really help. We were not getting any type of pressure. But this game, the Denver Broncos offensive line did protect, and Teddy Bridgewater did get out of the pocket and read our blitzes right. But our defense played a lot of soft coverage, and James Bradbury and Julius Peppers, didn't have a great day. They were getting beat. They were, because when you play soft zone coverage, you're gonna have easy throws left and right. And trying to blitz, Teddy Bridgewater is not a scrub. He knows what he's doing. Like if he never got into that car accident, and when he was playing the Vikings, when he was playing with the Vikings, he might have been the future of the Vikings quarterback throughout today. But yeah, we just weren't getting any pressure on defense, and it was just Teddy Bridgewater acting like he was Peyton Manning the whole entire game, throwing passes, reading our defense, and not getting a third down or fourth down stop. There were, I think, at least 3 or 4 fourth downs that we did not get a stop on, and a lot of third down conversions that we didn't get a stop on. There was so much countless third and second, third and six, third and nine, and we still didn't get off the field. That's embarrassing. Like, I wasn't worried about this defense at all until I saw what on the highlights. It was a lot of miscues and a lot of not getting off of third downs. I know this defense can play way much better, but that was kind of embarrassing. That's mostly it from the offense and defense. I heard that Joe just did make a dumb challenge. He challenged a score and review challenge when it already is going to be reviewed in the first place. Now I'm not sure what it was because then again I was at work. I couldn't really watch the game, but after I finish this video, I would watch it. Watch the challenges and things like that, and I would speak it around week 2. But a coach should already know that every scoring play is always going to be under review. That makes no sense. Joe Judge should know better than that. How do you not know that every scoring play is always under review? That makes no sense. But it's week 1. I can't say it's week 1 because it's like we do this all the time. We always do this at week 1. We played so disgustingly bad, but we have so much talent. I just don't understand. Like this team can play so much better. I know they can, but I just don't understand. Like we're not a bad team. We just shoot ourselves in the foot. I do not understand. But it's just frustrating. And then now we have to play against the Washington football team Thursday night football. If we start 0-2, it's gonna be a long season because the next couple of games are not gonna be pretty. I'm just telling you, like if we play like this, it's not gonna be pretty. Cause like I don't mind losing football games because you're gonna lose football games regardless how good your team is or not. But when you lose, like you score a touchdown in like in the first quarter, but can't play any offense or any defense in the rest of the 3 quarters, that's frustrating. It's like you're watching people that paid a good amount of money to watch a football game and see a team like the New York Giants only score a touchdown in the first quarter or second quarter and don't produce anything on offense and can't get any stop on defense and just produce they only get over 20 points in the season. Like the only time last year we had scored over 20 points on offense, I don't even count like the Cowboys game week 5. The offense didn't really score a touchdown. Like they weren't producing offensive points, but we weren't really that good. It was both Cowboys game. I don't know. We just did not produce any type of points on offense, and then the defense is trying their best. when when I thought the defense was gonna, I was not worried about this defense week one against the Denver Broncos. I was worried about the Denver Broncos defense week one, and this is where I got results. It it's frustrating. I'm hoping that when we play against the Washington football team, we might be playing against Tyler Heineke, week two, because I heard about Fitzpatrick's hip injury. He might not be playing next week, but who knows? But I'm hoping next week we can play good enough football because I know the Washington football team defense is going to come after Daniel Jones, especially with Chase Young. They're going to come after you. They have a great secondary. They have a great cornerbacks, and they have a great defense. They're going to have to play their butts off. Gibson in the backfield, we gotta stop him. He's a great running back. They got great receiving crew. Terry McCone. We gotta stop him. We got to put points on the board. We gotta make stop on third down. If we don't win that week two against Washington, it's gonna be a long season. It's gonna be a long season. But yeah, that's all for today. We unfortunately went 0-1 again. But yeah, just frustrating sometimes. But yeah, I'll see you on Thursday night football when we play against the Washington football team.